Thanks for joining me for another in the series of Practical Lean. Today we're going to talk about the visual stream mapping. And in visual stream map, we've got three different types: concept to launch, that's also seen in software development, raw materials to finished products, and then order to cash. Many of us are familiar with order to cash in retail type of situations. So value stream mapping, where to start, right? Well, a value stream map involves all the steps, both value added steps and non-value added steps required to complete a product or service from beginning to end. So we understand that we have to define the product family, right? We have to define the products, the goods or services, document the current state, design the future state, create the implementation plan, PDCA, you're going to hear me say that, implement, and what's not seen in the picture, make sure that you have adoption from the implementation. We learned a long time ago, right? What good is it to go live if no one uses your product, right? So adoption as well as implementation. Value stream mapping, where to start. The Pareto analysis allows us to begin, right? Here you see a Pareto type chart for the types of medication errors, right? Maybe someone missed a dose or a dose was given at the wrong time. So you can see where the vital few areas that we have to focus on. So when you're talking about a value stream map, where do you go to gather data? You go to a Pareto chart to gather data. And then what does a value stream map look like? Well, it includes everything that comes together that provides the customer value. So we need to think about PDCA, right? We need to plan what is the goal, right? What is preventing us now from achieving this goal? And then we have to do, right? We have to execute. What is the first step that I have to take in order to move in the right direction? And then we need to check, hey, did it work? Did it work? And then we need to adjust. Sometimes we need to take action, we need to standardize, but sometimes we need to adjust and do the PDCA cycle again. And you can notice that here's the current condition where we are at today, and here's the goal, what we should be doing, or maybe there's a benchmark, or maybe there's a goal that the team and customer agrees to. And how do we get there? We PDCA our way there. So back to VSM, right? The next slide is a perfect VSM. Ours is not going to be so perfect. Most of the time, ours are going to be very rough, like a rough diamond. But yes, I mean, you can look at this VSM for outpatient surgery, excuse me, for outpatient imaging services. They come in to get some x-rays. And you can see that this is a perfect VSM. Wow, it's got right here the patient checked in, they got prepped, they took the exam, they got the image was read, the image was given back to the doctor, he printed it, etc., etc. This guy is a VSM champion. But our VSM starts with understanding a Pareto chart and then understanding what our current situation is, what type of problem we're trying to solve, and we need to identify, capture, and document the current as is. So in our world, it may not be so clean. So here we are in a procurement process, right? We got to prepare the request for quote papers. That may take a day, right? And then obtain the approval from the boss, right? That might take 3 days, and then the RFQ is posted and so on and so forth, and it takes us 19 days. That's the current state. And then obviously whatever we're going ahead and ordering has to be created. So obtaining the clarification from the vendor, finding the least offer manually, then preparing the purchase order, acknowledging the purchase order, releasing the purchase order, and then, the vendor's building, and then final acceptance by the customer, so on and so forth. That's the as is today, right? And then here's what we would love to have, right? Here's the to be, the future state. We want to have e-transmission. So maybe we have EDI, electronic data interchanges, and we have savings from the as is to the to be. So obviously before it was taking us 15 days, now it's taking us 6 days. What was taking us 9 days before takes us a few minutes now. So here's the savings. You can read that on your time, but it's an actual use case. So value stream mapping, what is it, right? We need to understand through the Pareto chart our analysis of the data and the frequencies associated with it in order to understand the current situation, what the problem is, what am I trying to solve. Let's say that in the next series, I'm going to go ahead and talk about solving a problem that a lot of managers have. My time is not my own, and we will create a personal VSM. But for now, I thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next series.